Somewhere off India's coasts, beneath layers of salt and centuries, lie cities that once bustled with life, now drowned, shattered, and forgotten. For millennia, they lived only in whispered legends, tales of golden kingdoms swallowed by the sea, of temples that vanished beneath waves, of a great flood that reshaped the world. But what if these weren't just stories? What if the ocean has been keeping a secret, and we've only just begun to listen?
Across India's ancient texts, there are vivid accounts of a cataclysmic flood, a deluge that submerged vast lands and ended entire civilizations. For centuries, these stories were treated as mythology, allegories, but modern science is shifting that view. Around the end of the last ice age, between 15,000 and 6,000 years ago, sea levels rose by nearly 120 meters. Entire coastlines vanished. Any ancient city near the sea would have stood no chance. And some we're beginning to find. Let's start with a legend. A city of unimaginable wealth, ruled by a divine king, Dwarka, the kingdom of Lord Krishna. Said to be a marvel of architecture and prosperity, Dwarka's story ends in tragedy, swallowed by the Arabian Sea after Krishna's death. For generations, scholars dismissed it. Too poetic, too perfect. But then, in the late 20th century, sonar scans off the coast of Gujarat revealed something that stunned archaeologists. Submerged geometric structures arranged in grids, stone walls, pillars, steps, an entire city beneath the waves. Divers recovered pottery, anchors, and temple fragments. Some of the material dated back over 5,000 years. Others believed it could be 10,000 years old, placing it well before the rise of known Indian civilizations. Could Dwarka be more than myth? The evidence was impossible to ignore. Then came something even more astonishing. In the early 2000s, researchers from India's National Institute of Ocean Technology were conducting routine seabed scans in the Gulf of Khambhat when they stumbled upon what looked like the outline of a massive settlement. Not a village, a metropolis. Spanning over 5 miles in length and nearly 2 miles wide, it featured grid patterns, large rectangular foundations, and possible roads. When divers descended, they found pottery shards, carved stones, tools, and even human bones and teeth. Radiocarbon dating suggested some items were over 9,000 years old. That would mean this city predated the Egyptian pyramids. It would make it one of the oldest known urban settlements on Earth. The implications were staggering. India's earliest known civilization, the Indus Valley, was believed to begin around 2500 BCE. But this find? It pushed human settlement in India back by several millennia. Some called it the lost cradle of Indian civilization. Others were more cautious, urging further verification. But no one denied it. Something extraordinary had been discovered beneath the waves. And the sea wasn't done speaking. Travel southeast to the shores of Tamil Nadu. There, in the coastal town of Mahabalipuram, locals have long told tales of the 7 pagodas, 6 magnificent temples, said to have been swallowed by the ocean, with only one left standing on land. For centuries, this was dismissed as folklore. But then came the Indian Ocean tsunami of 2004. As the water pulled back from the shore in those terrible moments before the wave struck, fishermen and onlookers witnessed something incredible. Rows of submerged stone structures, pillars, carvings, statues, briefly exposed on the ocean floor. They saw lions, elephants, and deities etched into granite blocks. The sea had unveiled the ruins of the lost temples, just long enough for them to be photographed, before it crashed back and covered them once again. In the years that followed, archaeologists backed by the Indian Navy explored the submerged site. They found walls, steps, platforms, and temple-like structures about 8 meters underwater. The style matched the Pallava dynasty from around 1300 years ago, suggesting that the story of the 7 pagodas wasn't just symbolic, it was historical memory, passed down across generations. And yet, the oldest and most mysterious site of all may lie farther south, off the coast of Pumpuhar. Pumpuhar, once a thriving port city mentioned in ancient Tamil literature, was believed to have been lost to the sea in a great flood. Early dives revealed scattered ruins close to shore, but in recent years, sonar scans from Indian universities and oceanographic institutes made a startling revelation. Submerged structures nearly 100 meters deep and 40 kilometers offshore. That depth aligns with sea levels from over 12 to 15,000 years ago, the tail end of the last ice age. If confirmed, that would make Pumpuhar one of the oldest known human settlements on Earth. Researchers believe they may have found harbour walls, foundations of homes, and even a lighthouse base. Though no organic material has yet been recovered for direct dating, the geography and layout suggest a complex urban design, built long before history books say cities even existed. The Great Flood wasn't just one event, it was a global phenomenon. Glaciers melted, oceans rose, and shorelines changed forever. These cities, once alive with rituals and marketplaces, were drowned. Their stories, distorted by time, survived as myths. Until now. But perhaps the most startling revelation is not just that ancient cities were lost, it's that some people may never have left the sea at all. Because while the waters claimed cities and temples, what if a few communities learned to adapt instead of retreat? In our next episode, we uncover the incredible story of an underwater tribe that still exists today. A people who've mastered life beneath the surface, not in myth, but in astonishing reality. Stay with us. This is a discovery you'll never forget.
A fascination that many ancient history enthusiasts have is the possible existence of ruined cities under the sea. After all, surely it's possible, considering the rise of sea levels over time and of natural disasters hitting the coasts. Not only is that possible, we know it to be true, as there have been several ancient cities found underwater. And the results of this work have revealed astounding discoveries over the years.
Scientists have recently discovered an underwater tribe that still exists today, captivating the world with their remarkable survival skills and deep connection to the sea. The Moken, Haida, Sami, and Chumash are indigenous groups known for their sophisticated fishing and underwater hunting abilities. Their fascinating lifestyles reveal a wealth of knowledge about living and ancient traditions that continue to thrive against the odds.